Hello everyone, so welcome back to another tutorial in Kotlin. So in this tutorial we will see all kind of variables, how to declare and what are the use of all kind of variables. So I'm going to start with very basic, so let's start with var and val. So what exactly val and var means? So var is a mutable variable and val is an immutable variable. Now that means val, once we declare it, we cannot change the variable afterwards. This thing happen in var, but in case of var, we can change it afterwards. So let's take example. Let's say var I'm going to declare name as string type. That is, let's say Avi. So over here, okay, this is the syntax in Kotlin, how we make a variable in Kotlin. First we need to write the name, and before that we need to mention what kind of variable it is, variable, var or val. So I'm declaring var name. Then you need to tell which kind of variable it is, like string, int, and then the variable itself. Alright, or one thing you can do, if you don't know what kind of variable it is, you just write val or var. Let's say new name as Ashish. So now if I want to change the var variable, can I do that? Let's try it. Name, okay, name as, let's say, APINASH. So yes, I can do that. But can I change the val variable? Let's try that also. New name as Kumar. Okay, so we get the error. Now let's see what the error is. Make the variable mutable. So we cannot change the immutable variables once we declare it. So now we're going to see other variables, int, double, float, char, string. So I'm going to tell you how to declare all those. Where, let's say, max int as integer. Okay, one thing I can do, I can get the size of maximum integer by just writing max. It's not coming. max. Okay, max value, right? I can also get the minimum value, min int as int type int dot min value. That's it. Now let's print this one. Range is, now in instead of concatenation, what we do in Java, we just write plus, then we concatenate, right? But here you can do something else, that is called string interpolation. You can just write in between also. Let's say max int and min int. Oops. So let's run this one. So we get the output, we get our range. Now let's try other ones. Okay, first let's try other one. So I have written the rest of code for you. Now let's run this one. So we got the output. Alright, so that's it with this one. Okay, now next thing we're going to do, we're going to check whether a variable is of int type, float type, boolean type. Can we do that in Kotlin? Yes, of course. Let's say if, let's say I want to check like 6 is int or not. So I can write this thing, 6 is int. So it will tell me yes, it is int or not. It will return me true or false. So let's print it. Println yes. So let's run this one. So you see the output. Now let's run one more. True is Boolean or not. So we do. I can do one more thing. I can also write this thing over here. Let's try this one. So let's run it. So we got the output as true. So this is that simple to check whether a variable, what kind of variable it is. So next we're going to do casting. So let's say println. I want to change 65 to int. Okay, char. 65 is a sky code for capital A. So let's try it. It gives the output or not. So 65. You just need to write 65 dot to char. Okay, let's run this one. And for the time being, we will do one more. Let's say A2. Okay, so we got the output over here, right? Let's try one more. A2 int. Let's see. A2 int. Okay. Now let's run it. So we got our output. So that in this way we can change any variable to, we can typecast any variable. Let's say one more example, 1.523 to int. Can I do that? Yes, of course. 1.23 dot to int. Let's run it. So we got the output. Okay. So now next we're going to do strings. So first declare two strings. Let's say str1 as string. Let's say Himachal. Okay. Now let's declare second string. As Himachal but with small h. Now let's do first check they're equal or not. So println equal. What I'm going to do, str1 dot equals. Okay, it's not coming. Equal str2, right? Now next what I'm going to do, I'm going to check. I'm going to print at a specific index. I'm going to print a character from a specific index. Let's say index true. Alright. So str1 dot str1 dot 2. Now let's check which one is greater. So we will do comparison. Compare. Let's say str1 dot compare to str2. What happened if this string is smaller than this one, then it will return me any negative value. but if this string is greater than this one, it will return me a positive value, and if both of these are equal, then it return me 0. Alright, println. Next we're going to do is subsequence. So substring, let's say. What we're going to do is str1 dot subsequence, let's say from 0 to 9. Alright, here we will mention it from 0 to 9. Okay, so let's try. So we get the output as false, index 2 at m, compare. Okay, so this string is less than, okay, where it is. So this string is less than this string, so it returned me some minus value, right? Let's do one more. Println, let's say contain Himachal. Alright, so let's check it. str1 dot contains. Alright, okay, so if you don't know how it's working, let me give you an example. Let's say A and let's say B. Now the answer will be -1. Alright, so you see that answer is -1 and it contains Himachal, so it returned me true. So what happened over here, that if A is greater than B, then it will return me a positive value. Let's say B and A. Now it will return me a positive value, that is 1. So now it returned me 0, 1. Now if I write B over here and B over here, it will return me 0. Let's try that also. And what if I don't want this to be a case sensitive, like I want it to be equal? So one thing I can do is true. Now there are two methods. First one is simple one, but second one is with a case sensitive also. It says it should be case sensitive or not, so we return true. We want it to be not case sensitive. So let's try running it. So we got our output as true and compare value as 0. That means they both are equal. Okay, now we will do, okay, this is with the string. Now we will do array of different data types, different kind of variables. So let's do it. Let's say var array as array of 1, 1.23, avi. Oops, okay, I hit the, let's say true. So I got a boolean, string, a float, and a int. So let's check, can we change them or not? So let's try arr at 0. I want to make it 12. Okay, let's say arr at 0, 1, 2. Let's make it as 30, and arr 3, let's make it false. Okay, now let's print this one. I in arr println I. Alright, let's run this one. So we got our output. Alright, what if I wanted to check the size? So that is also simple. We just need to write println size as, oops, what is happening, size as arr dot size. Okay, so we got the size. Let's say I want to make a subsequence. Of my array, so I will write arr dot. Now it's not coming. Okay, copy of from range, let's say from 0 to 3. Okay, now let's see whether any value is there or not. Println, let's say, are these there or not? Oops. So let's check it. Arr dot contains. Okay, now let's run this one. Okay, so what we got here. Alright, I can do that thing. And to declare an array because it's returning me the address of this one. So where new array, let's say, as arr dot copy of array. Alright, so I can do this thing and I can print this one. If you don't believe, let's print this one. Okay, new array, print. So it's giving error. Alright, what is this? And let's have a space between both of them. Println. Okay, now contains everything look fine. So let's run it. Okay, so it worked fine, right? There are many more stuffs like println. Like I want to see the first one, so I will just write arr dot first. That like that. I can also write last. I can also write index of, let's say, 12. So just change this one. Oops, let's run this one. Okay, so we got the output, right? Now next we're going to make a simple array. So let's create var array as array of type int. Okay, so I'm going to array of, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like if I don't want to declare an array in this way, I can do one more thing. New array as 1.10. So I got the new array. Let's say I want to create an array of alphabets. So I just need to write a dot z. So I got the array. What if I want a reverse from 10 to 1? Reverse array. Let's say we cannot write like this. You might be thinking like, okay, I'm going to write like this. No, this won't work. So we need to write 10 dot down to 1. All right. Now what if I want to be I want an array which every value get incremented by 2, right? So incremented array. Let's say, okay, so one way I can do this thing is like 1 dot dot 20 dot step, and step as 3, or oops, I can do this thing. Let's make it 1, let's make it 2. 1 dot, okay, it's range 2, let's say 40. Okay, so one way is this. Oh, okay, now let's print all of these. Println, I'm writing it here. First of all, I need to start a loop. I in first of all we need to initialize the first array. So println I, okay, I, new array, then oops, alpha, okay, then I got reverse, then I got increment array 1, then I got increment array 2. Okay, now let's run this one. So we got our output. Okay, so 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 8 to Z, 10 to 1. Alright, let's make it down. So I don't want all of this right now. Okay, now what I wanted is like I want to reverse this array. So can I do that very easily? It's a reverse. Array will be reversed. Let's run it. So you see that I got a reverse array. Now what if I want to check that character R is in alpha or not? So let's try this one. Println R in alpha. Let's check it. I just need to write R, oops, R in alpha. Now let's see it's run or not. So we got the output. Let's see. So R in alpha is true. Yep. So if you are finding an array, if you're finding an element or any character from your array, it is that simple. You just need to write R in alpha or whatever in alpha. So that's it with this tutorial. So if you enjoyed and learned from the video, hit subscribe and like the video.